Okay, so today is Friday the 21st. Yeah, it's my birthday, 19th, whatever. Okay, so, today, okay, just a quick, wait, do they have any? Okay, so a few quick things. First, Dincy poked his head out. He hasn't posted in a long time. I don't know if we stayed on camera about the lawsuit. I think we mentioned, right, there's a lawsuit. Yeah. Okay, he's been really quiet. The last post was the first visit I saw you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
after I got out of jail. He has poked his snake head out of the snake hole. The February 19th, if anyone knows what day that is, it was my birthday 2 days ago. Now, do you want to... He's not posting anything personal or directed directly at people anymore. He's, I guess, maybe learned his lesson. Maybe. I'm sure he's still out secretly trying to kill them, though. Okay, so, do you find that interesting? Yeah, read it for the...
Okay. Join Topanga senior lead officers for a coffee with a cop at the Topanga Canyon Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard Starbucks on February 27th, 2020, 1 to 3 p.m. Bring your community concerns and or love for coffee to the event.
Okay, do you see something...
Starbucks.
I mean, what's the first thing that goes to your mind in that whole...
Starbucks. Okay,
so and first it's Starbucks. Did you see like a territorial type of thing here? I mean, let me. I don't even want to say anything. I mean, what do you think? Come on, don't just look at everything going on here.
Well, yeah, they're definitely.
I mean, do you see some passive aggressive provoking here?
Well, yeah, because you're not allowed.
Dincy states. I'm gonna say Dincy states, not Starbucks Corporation that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
Dincy being paid off by mommy and daddy. It throws me in jail and threatens me and tries to make me think it's the corporation amongst this worldwide mess.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go anywhere in the world.
Right.
But Dincy states, we don't want you going to Starbucks anywhere, any Starbucks.
But he's...
On my birthday, here's Dincy, kind of dangling the carrot and provoking. I mean, you should pick up on this right away, right?
Yeah, because you can't go to Starbucks, but...
According to him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and
on your birthday.
So there's the bait, right? Yeah. The bait. And on my birthday, he hasn't said anything until my birthday in months.
Right. Yeah, the last time.
Right. I mean, if that's not some dude looking for a reaction, I don't know what is. With his LAPD buddies and worldwide police, for reasons I can't comprehend, because he's on some personal vendetta with people that I probably grew up with. They want me dead for the information I know.
What does SLO mean? SLO?
It's something like, it's some police division or something.
Oh, okay.
But I think he might be doing like a double meaning, like a snail or something. I don't know.
Okay.
So anyways, that's just a quick Dincy back at it. Okay, so now we're going to go through... I'm submitting. I have. Oh, one more thing. So I know I was just at the corner bakery getting that food, and I go up and you tell me what you think of this. Now remember, it's not a Starbucks. I'm at the corner bakery, and they say, okay, I'll have the whatever mozzarella and tomato sandwich and the soup and a medium cappuccino. And when I say medium cappuccino, she does one of those like nervous swallows, like and gets nervous.
Okay.
And what's your thought on that?
That's fucking weird. You're ordering coffee? Like,
is it or is it not? Because normally I'd say it's weird.
Right.
But reiterate to the people what's going on here.
Well, about the coffee shops, you're not allowed there. You drink too much coffee and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like mommy says coffee creates anxiety, therefore Kevy's not allowed to drink coffee, and she's coming up, she's off her rocker, just coming up on all these crazy tangents and this and that. And so coffee is the devil's drink, and if I drink too much coffee, I'm going to grow horns here, and whatever, right? I mean, it's just pure, why are these people listening?
I don't know.
Well, she's got a psychology degree, like a therapy licensee thingy for art therapy, but, I mean, right? Anyways, the connection.
Right.
We got Dincy.
Coffee.
You're not allowed to drink coffee. Hey, everyone, I'm going where Kevin used to go.
Right.
We're at a completely different place, not Starbucks. Shit, where I've been harassed there like everywhere else. But shit, Kevin wants coffee. Oh, and by the way, she just, I think, magically forgot it in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, one more thing. The location. You can read the location of the Starbucks?
Topanga Canyon Boulevard and Ventura Boulevard.
Okay, so right by my house in 2001. That's really the first coffee shop I went to. Mm-hmm. Where they started it on me for buying a stupid fucking cup of coffee.
Right.
Linked to Paul Humphrey, Mike Huntley, You're a Dead Man, trying to make up excuses for each thing I do. The guy Garrett, it's my transgressions, then jumping to this, jumping to that.
Right.
Okay.
What transgression?
No means no from Topanga LAPD. You're not allowed to go to coffee shops. Well, the Constitution says I fucking am.
Right.
Right?
You haven't broken it.
If I'm not allowed to go to coffee shops, you better shut down every fucking coffee shop.
Right.
You know?
Because you haven't. Yeah, you're allowed to go to fucking coffee shops.
So that's the first location that started the coffee crime spree against me.
Okay.
Topanga and Ventura.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one important thing, we don't have too much time, but one important thing is, in the first 15 years before they could get any type of reaction, even though they never really did get a reaction, response, I was never told verbally,
anything.
Hey Kevin, you're not allowed here, Jews aren't allowed here, or whatever.
Never.
Nothing was ever said. So I was met with 15 years of brutal thousands of attacks per day, still going on today, even in Brittany's office just now. But nothing was ever said. Think about that.
Right.
And then you have cops saying no means no.
Right.
I'm trying to think of an analogy. You walk into a coffee shop, you're met with 15 years straight of baseball bats to the skull. Nothing's said about anything.
Right. But no.
Then maybe you hit someone, even though I didn't hit anyone.
Right.
You hit someone, and then they go, well, you can't come here because you hit someone.
Right.
But what about 15 years of 1,000 baseball bats to the skull?
Right.
And nothing ever said.
Events. Right.
Okay, so anyways, I don't want to go too deep, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's a slaughter to begin with excuses to cover it up.
Right, and if you defend yourself, then it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not talking one person here, we're talking a planet. Okay, so now we are going down to the post office. And we're going to mail. We're going to have today's mailing fun day. Okay, so some of the past videos we talked about how the Bar Association mailed me back stating that what Karina T. Phillips is doing is a crime by trying to debunk and go after Brittany's credibility.
Right.
And it's not just on the stand, it's actually they want to, we don't know if they actually have, but they've stated that they're going to file complaints within the psychology community against Brittany.
With my licensing.
Correct. Now, Miss, we need the clean streets and good society is a criminal, Karina T. Phillips.
Yeah.
And I don't want to really speak too much for the judge, but it appears that the judge is kind of buddy or on her side of. They don't believe it doesn't seem. I know of Karina T. Phillips for sure. I can't.
Right.
I haven't spent much analyzing on the judge, but much time. But she appears to be kind of in cahoots with. Karina, right? I mean.
Yes.
Okay, so.
I agree.
So. That being said, since we're all law-abiding citizens, we all must abide by the law. Same with Karina T. Phillips, who does not believe in law and order. She believes in hunting down the weak and exterminating them and torturing them and exterminating and doing horrible things and trying to make them look crazy. And she has to win, but she doesn't care about right or wrong or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay, that's not what the judicial system's about.
No.
Therefore, she needs to be disbarred. And personally, my view is she should never be allowed to work anywhere ever again, just because that's what they're saying to me for no reason, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's just quickly, so everyone knows what's being submitted.
Okay.
Because if the Bar Association says we're not going to investigate, or even says we don't feel she did anything wrong after their statements, there's direct proof here. So I'm just going to go through it really quick.
Is there another copy? Or no?
I sealed the other one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so proof of Karina T. Phillips trying to debunk therapist Brittany Henderson, case number blah blah blah. Why did I put on my sunglasses thinking they're reading glasses?
Getting ready to go?
Okay, email. No, I thought they were reading glasses.
Oh.
Email from my lawyer, Stephen Fish. This is the contents. from the Shevin Law Group stating that there is a probation violation hearing in regards to my therapy and is not therapy. Discussion on the phone about Brittany Henderson taking the stand to be asked about her credibility as a legitimate person in the psychology community and her ability to help me through, even though they already know I am innocent from the amount of evidence I've given the world about what they are doing to my life. Letter from Stephen Fish stating that he has overheard Trina T. Phillips and possibly Judge Neetu Bottom-Smith stating that they are going to contact the psychology community in regards to Brittany's therapy as they walk out of the judge's chambers. Photo of subpoena, which was not legally served, sent through the mail, stating public nuisance on it, which seemed weird to me.
Right.
As I was told, Brittany was going to take the stand to be asked questions. Okay, also, warrant was issued Brittany Henderson for not appearing in the court when the subpoena was not legally served, sent through the mail. I believe was done through it was done through, I want to say, through a temp judge, Dennis E. McCahey. You weren't there. They diverted me. They said Judge Neetu Bottom is busy in a trial, so we're going to go to this courtroom.
Oh.
This judge said, okay, I'm issuing the warrant. Then we go back to that one.
No shit.
Something seems strange to me there.
That's weird.
Right?
What the hell?
Yeah. So it's almost like I wanted to get a third party to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
So we say, she never did that.
So
I'm just guessing, right?
That makes sense, though, because she knew it was not.
Okay, letter from therapist Brittany Henderson witnessing Trina T. Phillips and the judge stating that they are going to file complaints against the psychology community to debunk her. We have 3 witnesses. 1, your attorney, Joel B. whatever. I'm sorry, Brittany, but he's a fucking douchebag. Okay?
Okay.
He stated to me that if I should not complain to the bar, he will not write me a letter because they have an agenda.
Right.
And you don't want to start a war with them and this and that. Well, wait. How is me complaining about corrupt people trying to rid me of the world a war? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, he would do nothing to help me, and honestly, I don't think he'd do anything to help you. I think he is tucking tail, throwing you under the bus, and saying don't fight it, just bow down to what they want. But what they want is unacceptable.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't one of those I fucked up and just deal with the situation.
No.
It's a worldwide, never-ending extermination operation.
When you've done nothing wrong.
Yeah. And all I'm doing is sending the truth above in the hierarchy structure of power, which is there's a reason why it exists.
Yeah.
That if someone's doing something illegal to you,
you go up.
You tell them. You tell the person above. And that's why everyone always has someone to answer to.
Right.
If you take that away, people will do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And your own lawyer said, just like Seymour, they can do whatever they want. Well, no, that's unacceptable. That is an unacceptable answer.
They do whatever they want.
I mean, they do. Yeah, but they can't. I mean,
legally,
it cannot happen. It cannot keep happening. Okay, they're from therapist. Letter from therapist Brittany Henderson. Okay, so there's 2 out of 3 witnesses' statements. Another witness can be questioned. Her Brittany Henderson's lawyer, Joel B. Douglas, who witnessed these statements in court, blah, blah, blah. Joel B. Douglas did not want to write a letter in regards to what he had witnessed in the courtroom. According to my conversation, a lot more proof can be provided digitally, such as phone calls with Steve Fish in regards to Brittany Henderson taking the stand, lawyer, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to go into... Okay, so...
Yeah, they were coming after me to try to come after you.
Correct. They're doing several things. They realize that Brittany is witnessing the events and talking about it in a way that's undisputable. When their intentions... I'm going to just quickly... they see it's working out with me and Brittany, they got to sever the cord.
Right.
And they got to turn me against you. And they got to turn you against me.
Right.
Okay.
That's what they were going for.
So Brittany's in cahoots, Brittany's this, Brittany's not legit. I stopped talking to you for a month, saying they've subpoenaed you, I can't have contact to keep everyone safe because I don't know what she's going to be asked on the stand. Right? Do you see how that's dangerous?
Yeah. Yeah. At the direction of your lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, the point is Brittany's a bad seed. Brittany's this. Kevin, don't talk to Brittany. Find someone professional. You have the pressure from mommy, you know, this and that.
Right. And it's frustrating.
Right, and you were on the phone when we were talking. It's like, you know, take everything down. Well, she's witnessing it. She's exposing it.
Right.
Don't, aren't you on my side, right? My mother, right? She's not. Okay, so don't want to go too deep. You get the idea. So that's the contents. I'm sorry I have to badmouth your lawyer, but you know that is not an acceptable fucking answer. Okay, State Bar.
Do you mind if I read that one? That's the one saying
which one? This?
If she were to do anything, that would be cause.
This is the original State Bar, yeah. Okay, so you read that. I'm just gonna.
Give me a read.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so but high speed. Okay, so this is the letter from my lawyer. This is the letter from Brittany, both witnessing the events. This is just the overview I just read. This is just technical bar submission information. This is a picture, a photo of the subpoena, which points to saying it says public nuisance on it, which is a little weird. This is they call it an advancement in the court where they bring me. Sorry, we don't have much time, is what. Temp judgment, Dennis E. Mulkey on this date. That's in a different courtroom.
Okay. For
some reason, it still says 113. I think it was like 115, but which is a little strange too.
Right.
And then finally, these are emails from my lawyer. I'm not going to read it all. The prosecutor is alleging that your therapy sessions are not therapy sessions. Court has said a probation violation.
How could they even allege that if they're not trained, you know, in therapy, or they have no idea, no knowledge?
They're sort of working the angle on, well, he's publicizing it, but it's still not really, I don't think, in the guidelines of what therapy is and isn't.
Therapy sessions have been recorded for as long as there's been therapy.
Yeah.
So
and now Steve at first sort of states, well, there's a probation violation because they don't think you're actually getting proper therapy. Instead of getting it, rewording it a little bit, you're not legit.
Right.
But when I talked to Steve on the phone, it was like, she's going to ask her questions probably about, you know, where did she go to school and this and that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he totally
and once they start in, well, we want to file complaints against. Okay, so now just high speed because we don't have a lot of time.
Okay. The State Bar's Office of Chief Trial Counsel has reviewed your complaint against Corinne Phillips to determine whether there are sufficient grounds to prosecute a possible violation of the State Bar Act and or rules of professional conduct. Corinne Phillips is an attorney at the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office. You allege that Ms. Phillips is saying that your therapist is bunk for a probation violation hearing. You allege that your prior attorney, Seymour Answer, and Ms. Phillips seem to be working together to try and debunk your therapist's credibility. Based on an evaluation of the information provided, we are closing your complaint. It is misconduct for an attorney to commit an act involving moral turpitude, dishonesty, or corruption. Here you seem to allege that Ms. Phillips is conspiring with Mr. Amster to attack your therapist's credibility. There are no specific facts or information, however, to demonstrate that Ms. Phillips is engaged in a conspiracy or that her efforts to debunk your therapist's credibility is a violation of law. In order to investigate allegations of attorney misconduct, the State Bar needs specific facts which, if proved, would establish a violation of the attorney's ethical duties. Conclusions based on speculation and not supported by facts are insufficient to warrant investigation. We have determined that your complaint does not present sufficient facts to support an investigation. For these reasons, the State Bar is closing the matter. If you have new facts and circumstances that you believe may change our determination to close your complaint, you may submit a written statement with the new information to the intake unit for review. If you have any questions about this process, you may call Deputy Trial Counsel Ann Kim at whatever number. If you leave a voice message, be sure to clearly identify the lawyer complained of, the case number assigned, and your telephone number, including the area code. We should return your call within 2 business days. If you are not aware of new facts or circumstances but otherwise disagree with the decision to close your complaint, you may submit a request for review by the State Bar's Complaint Review Unit, which will review your complaint and the intake unit's decision to close the complaint. The Complaint Review Unit may reopen your complaint if it determines that your complaint was inappropriately closed or that you present new significant evidence to support your complaint. To request review by the Complaint Review Unit, you must submit your request in writing together with any new evidence you wish to be considered, postmarked within 90 days of the date of this letter to State Bar. Okay. The State Bar cannot give you legal advice. If you wish to consult an attorney about any other remedies available to you, a certified lawyer referral service can provide the names of attorneys who may be able to assist you. Do you want me to continue?
I don't think. I think. Okay, so I think it's you say the part where it said it is a crime, right? If they do it.
Yeah,
okay.
Right here. Okay. They're no specific. Blah blah blah. Ew. Okay. In order to investigate allegations of attorney misconduct, the State Bar needs specific facts which, if provided, would establish a violation of the attorney's ethical duties. Yeah, that's the part, right?
No, there's the part that says debunking you is a crime.
There are no specific facts or information. Oh, wait. Yeah, however, to demonstrate that Ms. Phillips is engaged in a conspiracy or that her efforts to debunk your therapist's credibility is a violation of law.
Violation of law.
Right.
Okay, so do you think to open a investigation, we have provided enough evidence? Definitely, right? I mean, there's no doubt. There's your statement in a letter. There's my lawyer's statement in a letter. Your lawyer would not write a letter who is directly there witnessing it,
right.
But he can be contacted by them. There's email proof.
Phone records, everything else, right?
Just, I'm talking in here.
Oh, in there, yeah.
In here, that they're going to get in front of their face.
Yeah.
There's emails. There's subpoenas that were submitted illegally. Or not, whatever you want to call it. Were not served.
Well, yeah, they were not properly served. They had no legal obligation.
Okay, so if you were on the Bar Association, you would say, yeah, that's definitely warranted for an investigation. I already think I see it already in here, right?
Correct.
Now, when they say we need factual evidence, what level of fact are they talking about, right? I mean,
right.
Because they're not going to get a recorded...
No.
Well, they can get recorded phone calls from me, which they
what about in the court?
won't want, but...
What is the
I asked. She was not being recorded while walking out.
What about after? But there was in the courtroom after I spoke to the judge or whatever after she had talked to me, and then your lawyer and Korean T. Phillips went up to the judge's station or whatever you want to call it, and walking back away from her that's when I overheard.
Were they coming out of the quarters or would they go up to the bench?
The bench. So would that be recorded?
I'm not a lawyer, but I don't. First, they're not recorded at all. They have a court reporter that types in. I think when they're talking on a sidebar like that, I don't think the court reporters report.
Okay.
I don't think. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't.
Can you get the court?
I've already asked my lawyer to order them, although he kind of phased away. I gotta maybe get back on him.
Bad too. I want to read.
I want it for multiple reasons, especially the LAC DMH thing, because they're trying to trick me into going mental institutions.
Did you meet with other people since I saw you last, like from LA?
Yeah, that's been kind of a nightmare.
And you have 2 more next week.
Actually, I have an appointment Monday at 2:30 with their Magic 23s and 230s.
Right.
And I left a message. Did you get my message from last week, actually?
Probably. Voicemail?
I was in her office and I called you. She said, I'm with this psychiatrist.
No.
Oh.
I haven't.
She wants me to call you and do a phone conference.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, and hold on, let me just get this together here. Okay, so this. Ooh, this goes in the front. Okay, then. Yes. Okay.
Oh, can I see something?
Yeah, but hurry up.
Thank you. Just this one. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so we're headed down to the post office. We're going to do some mailing. And the point is, if they reject this, what's your take on that?
Fucking bullshit.
They got something to hide, right?
There's, like, they have to at least launch an investigation.
You have to. And I mean, and it's a done deal. I mean, especially with Dincy being investigated or sued right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Right. There's so much. I mean, it was so snooping and lying and refusing to produce things and all that stuff. And it's so
everything. Even my lawyer refusing to bring in the evidence. Ridiculous. Okay, so we're headed to the post office down the street. I don't know, Brittany, if you want to try to go through some of these questions. I don't think you even can, but maybe read the top one or something.
Sent you the audio of Terrence Scroggins' threats.
Oh, yeah. Did you get my email with?
I did get your email.
Did you listen to it?
I have not listened to it.
Okay, so but what do you think? I mean, if you haven't listened to it, but it simply just says, I'm handing out cards walking down, and he's walking by. I don't even know it's him. And I go, card about the government to remove from society, and he says, that's the guy I want to kill.
Oh my god.
Wait. I'm the dangerous guy, remember?
Right.
I'm the dangerous guy, but he's making statements which are recorded. That's the guy I want to kill.
Right.
Remember, Dincy's writing up on paper false police reports, but I have audio of Dincy.
Right.
Or not Dincy, of Terrence Scroggins.
Yeah.
I have the proof, like usual. I have the proof, which they don't want.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
I did see the video of the guy crossing the street while we were driving and walking behind us. Remember the dude who like
The one I emailed you with.
Yeah.
No, but did you see the rear camera?
I did.
Okay, so tell them the situation.
So we were driving down the street and this dude starts walking across the street right in front of us, and I'm like, what an idiot! Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then he walks around our car.
Okay, so when you see the rear camera,
he
walks back to the sidewalk and he talks to the other guy in black and blue. By the way, there's been tons of black and blue since then around my house.
Yeah, that was.
Do you understand the context with the rear camera versus the context with no rear camera?
Yeah, then you get to see what occurs.
Okay, without the rear camera, look at this idiot. He just like walked in front of my car, almost caused an accident.
But then behind,
and he might be running around, going, Kevin's a reckless driver, like they always do. He tried to hit me with his car, or probably what they'll do is say Kevin tried to hit me with his car because he likes plowing people with his car, because that's the type of things they've been doing to me my whole life.
Right.
Now, if you look at the rear camera, he walks in a crowded street and then walks back to the sidewalk. Right. Showing he walked around my car, showing that he did it intentionally. He wasn't crossing the street. He saw me, and he walked in front of me, and then he said, okay, Kevin's gone, now I'm going to go back to my friend.
Right, exactly. He didn't even cross the street. Right.
There is no dispute.
No.
At all.
No. Because why else would you do that? You're not
crossing
the street. But
I mean, it is possible, but let's be realistic here, especially with the numbers of people doing that shit to me. Okay, so we're going to the post office, and then we'll be back, and we're gonna mail these certified mail. Alright. Okay, so we're going into the post office with our now hiring with 3 exclamation points. Okay, now this is pretty much the level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency or inability to actually do their job types of, like the police station, government employees. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, let's just cruise over here. Okay, so whatever. There's not much to really video here or anything. We're just gonna seal this up, send it certified mail, make sure everything, don't seal it yet. There's some.
This one's sealed, that's fine.
One, yeah.
Did I only need to sign one of these then?
Yeah, because I already have a case open in my name.
What are those?
Certified mail.
Oh, this goes on the front or something?
I don't know, they put them on, but I just haven't to be filled out.
Oh.
Okay, so I know we never have enough time, so.
Right. Oh, it does. Okay, this one goes here. The one with your name on it?
Yeah.
Okay. How do they do these? They just throw them on there?
Yeah, that's their job. I mean.
Okay, I see. What is this? Oh.
Okay, so just for the record, Brittany is sending. She's opening a case in her name, basically with the same documentation. I'm appending to my case. Really, they'd probably merge them, but whatever. I'm not. That's not my deal. The point. Okay, this is the certified mail showing that we're sending it certified. The point is, if Kevin Perlman is isolated, they don't care. They can do whatever.
Right.
Kevin's the crazy guy. Kevin has no credibility. It didn't happen.
Right.
Brittany here has witnessed these events. It's going to be a lot harder, not impossible or anything, for them to say, not only are there two different complaints, but she's not Kevin. So she's not the enemy of the state, the crazy girl that sees things that aren't there type of bullshit of theirs.
Right.
How are they going to be able to support the same excuse twice? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot harder for them. There's more accountability. Or I should say there's more witnesses or...
Credibility? Is that the right word? Not
maybe
really.
someone coming with credibility, but I don't think that. I think it's more,
Well, if there's
hey, listen,
more
you
than
can
one
lie to
person
one
saying
guy with worldwide support all you want for as many years as
But-
you want when
right,
someone's
not as
alone.
many.
But once
Accountability? I don't know the word.
but once there's multiple witnesses,
It's harder.
it's harder for them to make up the lies.
Yeah.
And as that group grows, which is called normalizing, you can't just say what you want anymore. There's now you're getting accountability because you have to be accountable for what you say if someone's hovering over you.
Right.
The tyrant going, I can do whatever I want because that guy's crazy.
Right.
Right? Or that's how they sort of try to make it look. Okay, so you're not gonna, that's not even possible.
Right.
Okay, so
Not
let's go.
It's not even possible, Brittany.
Let's
Stop
go.
trying.
We'll mail them together, but let's see.
This is this
This
one.
is, yeah, okay. Let's go mail these. So these are going to the California State Bar.
They changed it.
Oh, did they? Okay, so these are going to the California State Bar. And this is the fun part, lines. Okay, so you can see it's being sent through the United States Post Office. Alright.
Oh, this is supposed to get there Monday. Okay. It's Friday. Thank you. Great. It's going to be expected Monday. What do I do? Make them. These are your cruises. You're talking both of them Monday, okay?
Okay,
Take care,
great.
guys.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so just, this probably isn't necessary, but we have our receipts for certified mail. Brittany's got her
Check this out.
dinosaur.
It's like that. You can see like their bones and stuff.
Oh yeah, a hologram.
Hologram. Those are cool. Thank you.
Alright, so Brittany's got stamps. Brittany made out. She made out. Alright, so.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have gone through all the bar association things in which, and she was, by the way, did you pick up on the kind of like the take care guy innuendos and things like that?
I think I was too excited by these stamps to pay attention.
Like she was hinting about Rody Morales, who used to call me guy and this and that and things like this. Inferring that you're kind of like a criminal like Rody Morales. That's what she was inferring. Okay, but in reality, we're the good guys and forced into a situation that isn't normal, so therefore we can't act how we normally would.
Right.
And she might think we're Bonnie and Clyde with all the Clyde's references.
True. I think if you make those stamps, I will buy some from you.
Will you?
That would be amazing.
It'll take me 10 minutes.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's go through the questions here. We have a little time. We're still going to have to fly through them, and I put a good amount of info here. They're important questions.
Vertigo tactic?
Okay, so the vertigo tactic, I'm not going to get too deep in this. It's one of their, they go through every aspect of my life, turn each thing into complete fiction and give it out worldwide.
Correct.
Vertigo is an old 1995 and still use it a lot of times. Screen name Vertigo 262. Okay, Brittany, do you have any I haven't said anything about anything. Do you have any theories of why I'm a horrible monster and need to die from that nickname?
No.
Anything? I mean, I gotta be a bad guy, right? Because look at what's going on.
Vertigo, okay, I mean, no. I mean, I'm thinking, like, what is vertigo? Vertigo is like where you're dizzy or whatever.
If you're gonna overanalyze.
Right. But it's like, no. No.
Well, I mean, try to throw some theories here because
vertigo.
Try to be like a completely psychotic loony who can't just accept life for what it is.
Okay.
Like my haters, and break down the word vertigo and maybe 262 and try to come up with some theories because that's how people normally operate, right? They don't say, hi Vertigo 262, how are you today? What's going on? What do you do for a living or anything? They say, oh, well, your name is Vertigo 262, so it must mean something. You must be trying to kill me, right?
That's insane. Yeah.
And welcome to my life since 5 years old. Okay.
So if I was going to be a crazy person, since they do the 2 and 3 tactics, then I could claim something about the 262.
Correct.
Right? And the
you go for the maybe women, maybe cars. I don't know, right?
Vertigo.
Maybe all of the above.
Right. I used to walk to this park.
Oh, did you?
Sorry. Yeah.
Russell. I don't like the last name.
Russell Park.
It reminds me of Michelle Russell, like Shelley, my dad's wife.
Oh.
Okay, so whatever. I'll just, since we don't have a lot of time.
Sure.
Vertigo is a type of illness.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Dizziness. Now, Tom Farley magically developed vertigo for a day, where he magically got fake medication. I don't know how he got it or who he would know that would give it to him.
Right. It's like yeah.
My father isn't like an orthopedic surgeon or anything. Talking behind my back to Tom Farley my entire life, is he?
Right.
Okay, well, let's not go there. Okay, so anyways, you get the idea of how Tom was working on me, spying on me on the internet, trying to get information used against me, going after me for screen names.
Yeah, that's insane.
And they're not even mean screen names. They're not like,
fuck you.
I rape women up the ass and slice their throat or anything like that.
Oh my god.
It's just Vertigo 262, right? And then they get mad, well, one of yours is Mad Hatter, so you must be doing this to people and that to
There's
me,
an
and you're mad.
application called Mad Hatter where people sell shit.
There's a million different references.
Yes.
If you were to break down every single person's screen name, you would find something in everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now if you're going to really go after someone for a screen name, it better be like completely literal.
Yes.
Like I just stated, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Something.
So right there, they have no reasoning behind their madness.
No,
not my madness, their madness. Okay, so anyways, what was the reason? It's been so long, but I believe the reason was because I liked. There were several reasons, but I think the big one was I liked Alfred Hitchcock's vertigo technique, camera technique.
Oh, what is that? Are you like in the air or something?
Come on, you didn't watch my first psychological rehabilitation where I do the vertigo? Vertigo is a technique. Let me think.
We go back and forth?
It's confusing. You almost have to do it. No, the camera I think dollies forward, and you zoom backwards, or maybe it's the opposite.
So it gives that trippy effect?
At the same exact time.
Okay.
So it creates this floaty like effect on the lens, like you're pulling back, but you're zooming forward, like right, or maybe it's the opposite.
What is it called? What is that show called? Oh my gosh, something. It's like a different reality. What is it called? Where they like do the spiral? It's like an old school show.
Well, that's like the high anxiety I was doing with the spiral, or Twilight Zone used to do the spiral.
That's it. I don't know why that made me think of it.
Okay, so. Vertigo, there's a movie called Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock where he developed the vertigo technique, and it's used in all sorts of movies. It's used like Macaulay Culkin, I think, when at Home Alone, and he's like, and he screams or something, and they do the vertigo, right? Okay, so it's a camera technique,
right?
But they're trying to make it look like I'm confessing to making people mentally ill.
Right.
There's Tom Farley hinting I'm stalking women, saying, Kevin, you can't control people. Oh, I feel real sick. I have vertigo. He's also supposedly deaf in one ear. I don't know if that's true now. Because I think what they were doing was my brother used to flick me in the back of the ear to hint about movies, flicks, and he'd try to get me to go after him so he could say I'm a violent paranoid schizo. And I think Tom Farley made up the lie that he's deaf in one ear because flicking in the ear, playing these.
What was that?
Some cars. So that, whatever. I mean, we could go really deep. And how many people are trying to put me in the ground with little hints about 26s and 62s and 262 and vertigo, and you're like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Can I have a self-defense argument here?
No, you can't.
No, because you know what you did. You have a screen name Vertigo 262.
Right.
Even though it's not said. It's just you know what you did. Okay, so next one.
Why don't you explain what Mike Huntley meant to the people with the Crocodile Dundee quote?
Okay, this is extremely important. Okay? Especially on the context. I'm asking Mike what's going on. I'm noticing there's a worldwide campaign to kill me. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't fully believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing because how does one accomplish this?
Right.
While being brutally mobbed to death, strippers saying you'll get yours, Rody Morales sent after me to take me to strip clubs and make it look like I'm stalking women, you name it. It's been going on since 5 years old. I was 29 right there. Mike Huntley replies, aside from the I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with, have a good life now.
It's like you've been dealing with this obviously since like you're itty bitty, but like became aware of this.
Oh, I didn't know. I always knew something was wrong.
Right.
But I didn't know they were connected.
Right. The awareness about
like,
it.
God, I just keep meeting the weirdest. I just keep getting in these situations. Why? I feel like a rat in a cage. What the fuck's going on?
Right.
Okay, so.
29 though, when you found out everything, put pieces together. Like that's younger than I am now. Like you've been like consciously dealing with this shit for so
19 years,
long.
minute by minute.
So long.
I mean, this front camera is videoing, and we're not pointing them out. But if we keep looking in these lots, you're going to see the cars that try to make me lose focus. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
look at that duck.
All right, there's that one's funny. Yeah,
that's funny.
Okay, so Brittany, explain, especially in the context of a guy saying you had better live a careful life. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. You're out of control for California, which I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Maybe he's hinting I'm the enemy of the state because California is a state. I don't know.
It says, do you want me to read the quote?
Yeah, so read, this is the exact Crocodile Dundee quote.
Okay. No, back there, if you got a problem, you tell Wally, and he tells everyone in town. Brings it out in the open, no more problem.
Okay, explain to them what Mike Huntley is saying to me.
It's like if everyone thinks this about you or whatever, then there's no more problem because then they all attack you.
Well, that's a joke in a movie.
Correct.
What does Mike
like
Huntley mean?
Like implying that that's what's happening.
He's implying that he's giving out private information to mass groups,
right?
Which is worldwide.
Exactly.
Defamation. Okay, people don't read the line just for their sake again.
No, back there, if you got a problem, you tell Wally, and he tells everyone in town. Brings it out in the open, no more problem.
Okay, know if you have a problem. We tell Wally. He tells the town. It brings it out in the open. No problem. How many people do you know that are your friends that are collecting information to use against you to give to the town? In this case, this town is 4 to 7 billion people worldwide. How many people do you know? No one. Correct. Because it's a movie line. Because it's a joke. Because it's not real. Because it's suspension of disbelief. Okay.
Right. The next.
Okay, so I just want to stick on this.
Oh, okay.
What is Mike Huntley doing? He's not trying to bring a problem out in the open. He's trying to get things to use against me to defame my reputation and credibility.
Right.
Okay? Now you have Mike Huntley, which we read off, I think, last week. What he wrote 10 years later,
which was
after I'm putting the pieces together in a worldwide murder situation. And Mike Huntley is then switching up. He's switching up his argument. That Kevin flipped out. He's a violent, paranoid schizo. I'm dangerous. I'm imagining it. He has statements. I don't think I gave you those statements. How I just flipped out. I just lost it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you're in front of someone and he's saying I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with, basically telling you you're a fucking dead man. He also mentioned something like he's working with the police or something.
The CIA or something, didn't he?
No, he said I think police or whatever. Then he was taking me to political Bakersfield meetings with politicians, and I wasn't 100% sure, but the politicians seemed like the statements they were saying were directed at me while I was sitting in the...
Right.
And I'm like, that can't be. Back then, I was like, that can't be.
Yeah.
But I think it was now, right? Like, and I think they were talking about terrorists and things like that, or probably like domestic terrorists or something like that.
Right.
So all the things they're doing to me, they're trying to turn around and say I'm the terrorist.
Right.
Okay.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's coming from nowhere. It's not about anything.
No.
They sent person after person after me on the internet, but it's always Kevin's the bad guy. Right?
Yeah.
Like, we're justified in killing you because you're a bad guy, but I'm not doing anything. But you're a monster, so we're justified.
Right.
Well, but why am I a monster? Well, we can't answer the question.
Because
but we're going to kill you because you're a monster.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the Christina Vescovo conversation last week. Christina Vescovo is witnessing people attack me and says just ignore it. But then it comes out just last week or whatever that she's mad at me because I'm supposedly harassing people. But she's never seen me harass anyone.
No.
She's just seen people harass me. But it's okay for people to harass me when she witnesses it. But it's not... But she blindly believes the hearsay.
It's bullshit.
And even if the hearsay was true, why would it be okay?
It's not.
Because two wrongs don't make a right for these people to brutally mob and rid me of the world, right?
No.
Especially in the mass numbers.
No.
So something doesn't...
Add up? No.
Correct.
No.
Okay, so the bottom line is that statement is a confession that I'm defaming your name in a non-direct statement sentence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If Mike Huntley were to say, Kevin, I'm digging dirt and giving it to the world, that's a direct statement of what he's doing.
Yeah.
But the movie quote is an indirect statement. This is what I'm doing to your life, and with the have a good life now, at the same time, I'm ruining your name. Have a good life now. Okay, 10 years later, Kevin just slipped out. He's a violent paranoid schizo and needs to be locked in mental institutions.
Out of nowhere that happened 10 years later, right?
Well, no, not out of nowhere. When the website went online and I was writing the people and tactics section getting specific.
Oh, okay. But I mean, like, you hadn't had like personal interaction with him?
No, I still haven't in like 20 years.
Right.
Okay, let me give you an example. Website goes up. Oh, Kevin's a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Right.
Because he has a website about gang stalking or whatever. Oh, but now the people and tactics section comes up.
And he gets pissed.
Mike Huntley did this. Tom Farley did this. Paul Humphrey did this. Mike Wexler did this. Jason Perlin did this.
Right.
Now we're talking specifics, not theory.
And then he does
Now he gets mad.
Right.
Oh shit. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? He's in a panic. What do I do?
Make Kevin look crazy. That's what he's trying to do.
Now he has this whole thing, how he goes to a psychiatrist in my name, which is impossible.
Yeah, no.
Can I go to a psychiatrist in your name?
No.
Okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so we can't go to psychiatrists for other people.
No.
He states that. We don't even know if he really went to a psychiatrist. He probably didn't.
Right.
Because the psychiatrist would be like, what the fuck? What do you want from me?
Exactly.
You know, he's not
like,
here.
why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, now the police are running around. Well, a psychiatrist said this based on some fucking random statement on a forum or blog, on a Google blog. I mean, but yet I come in with video footage of being attacked. No, nothing's there.
Yeah.
But they're believing the shit that could be anything.
Right.
Okay, so anyways, I guess now we can probably go to the next question. But that
it plays into that too. People and prejudgments, even in normal conversations.
Prejudgments. Shit, what did I mean by that?
Like believing, like pre-crime? Is that what it is?
No, I don't think that's what it is. Pre-crime. This whole thing is profiling, but I don't think that's what I meant. I think what I meant was just like we were sitting in front of a post office person.
Yeah.
I don't know that person from fucking shit from Shinola. I don't know. I've never fucking seen this fucking person in my life.
Right.
I don't even live out here in Thousand Oaks.
No.
But she knew me instantly. I don't know if you could pick up on it. I
That
mean,
little one who like walked over to your face?
I mean, they all knew me. Everyone knew me, but the one where you bought the stamps from.
Oh.
You see the demeanor and how I make the jokes about,
right.
I'll pay for this, but I make you pay for everything. And she sort of had a kind of like an angry
It
demeanor.
wasn't warm.
And then some of the cryptic things, which you can't really tell unless you're me. I think like when leaving, she said, "Take care, guys."
Yeah.
And what she was really referring to or alluding to was Rhodey Morales that comes in my life calling me guy over and over. Mm-hmm. And she was making an alluding comment or innuendo that we're Rhodey Moraleses and we have no morals and we're up to no good and we're Bonnie and Clyde and this and that.
Right.
Okay, and then the take cares, which actually start from my father, which people now do in repetition,
mm-hmm.
and you're going to say, well, everyone says take care. And they do. But when people say it with a certain tone, or it's from one person like 100 in a row,
yeah.
Something triggers in your brain going, something's not right.
Right.
Especially with the angry demeanor. Or one of their tactics is they'll say the same thing like 50 times in 1 minute. Like they're doing the boss ones. I've had about 3 people in the last couple of days say boss to me out of nowhere after hiring people on freelancer.com as if I'm doing something wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, weird.
Okay. The connected events versus the repetition. So, I might go into, let's say, a 7-Eleven and buy a Slurpee, and the guy will say, give me your credit card, boss. Thank you, boss. Mm-hmm. How's your day, boss? This boss. And there might be 15 bosses in like a couple minutes.
Right.
Why is he doing it? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because he wants me to fucking punch him, right?
Provoking.
This guy's a violent paranoid schizo.
Right. So
okay.
fuck with him.
Yeah, so it's not even fucking because it's strategic.
No, exactly.
Systematic.
So it's not okay.
Yeah, so they're strategic operations to try to get reactions with the police.
Right.
Okay, so
the next one, notice how everything that happens is blamed on me. Examples, mass mobs trying to kill you. Why didn't you go to the police? Tell police about the situation. Why did you check the email for the person so we don't care about the crime?
Correct. So example, okay, just really quick. So I guess my point is that every person I meet, they know me before they meet me based on hearsay and defamation, and they act out in anger and rage before ever meeting them. Okay, which isn't normally how things work, especially worldwide. Okay, so the next one is, shit, what was it again?
Notice how everything that happens is blamed on me.
Oh yeah, everything that happens is blamed on me. Let me give you an example. And I mean from everyone, from my family to the police. Kevin, you didn't take the plea, you pled not guilty, you wanted to go to trial. So it's my fault.
Right.
It's my fault that the cop is fabricating charges and I said not guilty. It's just because I wanted to go to trial and I did this to myself.
Yeah.
What about the entire situation?
Right.
I had no choice but to plead innocent.
Right.
I'm innocent.
Exactly.
Okay. I tell someone about the Rhodey Morales and Jen Hess mail hacking operations. I tell the police, actually.
The email hacking?
Yeah, okay, so what they do, remember that everything I do on my computer is tracked by NSA in the world to try to make it look like I'm a bad person. Right. To frame me, to create a false sense of who Kevin is. If you're spying on someone's computer, collecting anything you can use against someone, you're gonna prove to yourself that they're a bad person, but it doesn't mean they're a bad person.
No.
So here's some of the things they would do, and these are endless. Jen Hess calls me up on the phone. Kevin, I'm driving, but I need to check my Hotmail. Can you log into my Hotmail? Sure. Here's the login. Here's the password. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a big deal? If I called you up on the phone, so can you check my email? Would you?
I'd be like, all right.
Sure, right? It's not a big deal. Nobody cares.
Especially if you're like friends with that person.
Correct. There's that trust.
Yeah.
Okay. So you log into their Hotmail. Well, Kevin just hacked Jen Hess's email. Now, 6 years later, Roddy Morales says the same exact thing, working with LAPD. Don't you think that's strange?
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone collecting your private data through the NSA tools and being disseminated. Look, Kevin's hacking people's email accounts.
Right.
Now, I tell the police. You know what the police say? Oh shit, someone's targeting you. No? Well, you shouldn't check other people's emails. That was the response.
Well, they asked you to.
No, but Brittany, I understand, but you shouldn't do that. What would your response be? So you're not concerned about the crime?
Exactly.
You're only concerned about me.
Yeah.
That I better be a perfect robot?
Right, like I did this.
Like you haven't committed a crime, but they are.
Right.
But we don't care about the crime. We only care about you.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah, you were doing some. Yes, I get it.
Everything is okay.
Flipped and switched and put on you. Everything.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, we're going to Avenue de la Flores here, which I find is ironic because Army Flores now. Okay, the model photographer guy is Scotty JX and the model, the Filipino. Anyways, I find that interesting because we're coming down here to Flaming Star Road.
Really?
Yep. Okay, so let me just do multitasking here. So let's say I'm passing out cars because I'm being attacked by every person in the world.
Right.
Well, I'm not interested in what's on your website about what's being done to Kevin. You must be a bad person because you're handing out because the people are coming after you.
Oh.
Well, but you're not going to look at the situation as a whole. It's just, see how it's always about Kevin?
Prejudgment.
Okay, one more. Okay, Flaming Star.
Look how beautiful that is.
It is.
That's
I've been here before.
I haven't ever been here. That's beautiful. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. It sucks to have to rush all this.
Flaming Star Road.
So the point is that each situation is not about the situation, it's about Kevin. Right. Do you understand? Yeah. You're in a room, 1,000 people are bashing your skull with a baseball bat. They don't care about that. They're looking at you going, you know what, Kevin? You can't be here because your skull blood is messing up my floor.
It's disgusting.
Right?
Yes.
But nowhere in every single one of these situations says 5 years old. Look what's being done to Kevin. Then you have the mother going, don't be the victim. I mean, come on. You remember on the phone, don't be the victim? I don't want you to be the victim because people make fun of you.
Victim. Who wants, like, no.
Okay, don't you see that as the entire problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all made and pointed at you. You did something to do something. Stop doing that.
Okay, we're here.
Where are we?
One of these houses, I'm not sure which one. I think it's this one right. No, it's this one actually. Was. Say hi. Hi, Brittany. This is 664 Flaming Star. Say hi. Do you want to meet Brian Longbotham?
He lives here?
He did.
Really?
This is where Brian Longbotham moved to after supposedly suing Modern Video Film.
No shit.
While introducing me to Michael Bialis and Victoria Walker.
No.
Now you remembered all the related incidences with them. Well, this is the guy, or was the guy. This house was. I'm pretty sure he's not here anymore. This is where he moved. He's continuing to work on me with those people.
That's crazy.
On Flaming Star. It is interesting because Mr. Visual Effects Supervisor on Flaming Star Road.
Right.
Off Avenue de la Flores, which Army Fields, which I think is like now Army Flores or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's this way or that way. I really don't fucking know. Who followed me into the Rouse, sort of trying to... Now I can probably list 15 girls that followed me into the Rouse. It's definitely food for thought here of why they're using the street names and the people correlated with the streets. And right off Lynn Road, well, we have the relevance between Lynn Junkin sent after me with Mike Wexler at University of Colorado, where Mike Wexler was trying to manipulate me to do statutory rape shit like that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Right, okay, so, and then I think Victoria Walker moved on Donegal 187 off like Kelly Road or something.
Really? That's near Newbury Park.
Yeah, Newbury Park. But more importantly, the 187, and 2 weeks later they're running 187.
What does that
mean? The penal code for murder, and then they're taking DNA tests on me in jail and shit. Hinting that I killed someone, and then they're flipping it, then I'm a witness, right? They keep changing their story.
Constantly.
All linked to these people and the entertainment industry and the adult industry, but then...
Oh, cool your britches.
But then, we can jump to Brian Weaver at 16, then we can jump to Tom Farley at 8 years old or 8th grade and shit like that.
Right.
Okay, so where it just gets weirder and weirder, right? It doesn't even, it just starts at 5 years old. It's not about anything.
I don't know. This caught my eye, that license plate.
What does it say?
Around the outside of it, you know? It said Silver Star.
Oh, really?
Just on like flaming stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
And they honked at us. So, I don't know. It just caught my eye. I don't know.
Okay, so where are we on the...
We are... Why are people running around working this angle? That because Kevin isn't taking medication, he's crazy and backwards. As if they think they are psychiatrists and or the movie The Matrix is real. Okay,
that is a very important topic. All these people are dictating that I'm making wrong decisions based on shit they have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Right, and who are they able to say?
Sorry. Dincy! Kill me, Dincy! Hunt me, Dincy! I'm an evil son of a bitch. Okay.
I stopped up the street. I made a stand.
Okay. So, okay, I've had people like, this guy's crazy because he's not taking medication.
Okay.
You're crazy, you're backwards. And they usually hint it more than they say it.
Yeah.
Well, who are you? What do you know about medication?
Right.
Okay, what, you watch the movie The fucking Matrix and it's the blue or red pill thing? Well, that's a fucking movie.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And that's what gets me too, is like, okay, you were willing to like see if they, you know, took medication. And it didn't do shit because obviously there's not a pill for what is happening to you. And number two, like hoping, at least I would be, that they would stop fucking with me and messing with me.
Yeah, like this is what you wanted, right?
Yeah, you got what you wanted.
Okay, but that's not what they want. What they want is me dead.
Right.
And their actions have proven it a million times over.
It's so fucked up. It's like they get your hopes up. Well, at least get your hopes up, or hoping maybe they'll like stop.
And it's even worse because you're going to like psychiatrists like Alex Lazar, and he's getting angrier and angrier when you come to my sessions when you talk. Right. I mean, how dare I go and talk during a session about my problems? And when I mention things like my family's accusing me of having anger and rage, his eyes drop to the fucking ground in guilt, and that's when he fucking snaps and goes ballistic. I'm going to work on your trying to get dirt about your studio photography. I'm going to send people into the Havenhurst Encino Starbucks after you because his office was right there.
Oh yeah, that's what you said.
I'm going to introduce you to Rick Armando, supposedly a musician from the band 1994 who will observe what you're talking about, then he observes it, and he doesn't want to go to the police after that.
What did he say when he was with you? Did he like acknowledge it?
Yeah, at first I think he thought like I couldn't prove it.
Yeah.
And then I proved it. And then he's like, I don't want to go to the police. And then he got really nasty and he starts like threatening me about, you know, I know psychics that can read people's minds verbatim or something like that. Sort of trying to flip me out like, you know,
right.
We're gonna try to skull fuck you to death for
nothing.
For telling you what's going on.
Right.
but he was linked to the psychiatrist. Now the psychiatrist was playing this angle like, well, you know, you never should have talked. He didn't say it, but with people kind of, well, you know, Kevin, you're doing unethical things, and that's kind of unethical with the psychiatrist. And back to the unethical, right? We're shirking responsibility and avoiding the issue that Kevin's being stalked by mass groups, and it's all, hey, Brittany's witnessed what's going on. Okay, well, Brittany's not credible because she's outside of her office.
Which is the
well, what about the situation though? What about What about you can't deviate from perfection for a split second and see if there's an actual crime in progress here?
Correct.
Well, Brittany's not a cop. Okay, but we've seen what happens when you go to the cops. Why didn't you report to the cops? Well, I did. No, you didn't. Well, there's a web page. There's a web page that says cops refusing to help. I'm not going to look at your site. Right? Okay, well, wait. You know, we're just going to shirk responsibility and deviate forever.
Right.
Each thing. Okay, so...
what were your thoughts about the police station and the cars? When we went last time, and then
the question is for you, actually.
Right, but when we went to the one...
yeah, the one on
when we went
Thousand Oaks on Olson Road.
There was a ton of police cars, number one, and they were all backwards. Well, not all, but like a ton of backwards pairs, Korean pairs.
Enough that you can see they're part of these mass groups, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now Brittany, I want to throw food for thought here.
I can be back in 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. Just try to go the right way.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You yourself have witnessed what's going on, so I wouldn't even know what to say to the police, correct?
Wait, repeat that?
You yourself have witnessed all this shit, and you're like, you don't know what you would even say to the police, right? Like if whether they'd believe you, whether they'd help you. Okay, so Brittany, why didn't you go to the police even though you're not the target?
Well, like you just said, like how do I go and explain what's happening to me without?
Correct, and they're not going to leave their office, right?
Right.
Okay,
so you get all this proof, and then
their argument is that because I didn't instantly, at the first moment of seeing 40 people in every city in the world,
they would have been like, this dude's
correct.
And so it's like you have fucking evidence now, and still they're like, oh, I don't see anything.
So first, it's Kevin thinks he's a hero because he didn't go to the police, and now he's hunting everyone down. Jesus. Right? You see how they once again
completely flip?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Okay, so then maybe 5 years later you come in with a hard drive of shit.
Right.
But we're not going to look at it. I don't have time to look at it. I got shit to do. Well, can you give it to a detective? I mean, he's getting paid on salary.
Right.
He's getting paid the same whether he fucking stares at my hard drive data or fixes his ass, eating donuts, whatever.
Exactly.
So, do you understand my point? It's a no-win situation.
It's a catch-22.
It's designed as a catch-22, a double bind, or no way to defend yourself or get help.
I know it's not. It's a catch-22 and a double bind. Does that have any relation to the twos and threes and shit?
No, I don't think so.
That's just coincidence.
It could be, but I don't think so. I think you're creating these
impossible situations.
no matter what choice you make.
Oh, you want this one?
Yeah. No matter what choice you make, you're the bad guy.
Right. You lose either way.
You meet a girl, she's cheating on her husband.
You didn't know either.
If you didn't know,
you should have known.
Something like that. You should have known it's your fault. If you did know, you're a you break up marriages, whatever, homewrecker or whatever, right? There's no win. Okay, so what's the next question?
What do you think about the judge's name, Me Too Bottom Smith, and the correlation of Starbucks?
Okay, do you understand where I'm going with that?
Me Too.
Okay, I don't think I've spent too much time on Brian Smith from high school and Bucky.
A little bit, though.
A little, maybe. My friend Bucky, they call Brian Smith Bucky because his teeth were fucked up, and they called me Kid Taco because my car, my $300 piece of shit Firebird, they're calling me a Mexican. Whatever. It didn't bother me, and it didn't bother Bucky.
Right.
We weren't upset about it. at one point, Brian Smith leaves. He just kind of disappears.
Brian
and this
Smith
guy was a
Bucky?
fucking genius.
Bucky?
Bucky, yeah.
Okay, Brian Smith is.
And I believe that some of the characters in movies are also sort of catered around, like Bucky from Bucky Larson, the porn joke parody with the Bucky Larson has buck teeth and he's this dork, okay, whatever, but he becomes like the star. Oh, he has a tiny penis. But anyways, so everyone laughs at him, but he still becomes like the best.
Yes.
Anyways, and then I think even probably the Captain America Bucky might be sort of designed.
Oh.
Okay, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked.
D.G. Bottom Smith and
Okay, so Bucky, he made these latex masks, which were just fucking real, like they were fucking brilliant in high school, like Hollywood level.
That's cool.
Now Brian Smith just disappeared. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I think he moved to Oregon.
Okay.
Now this is interesting because when I turned 18, my family sent me to college counselors, which I think is kind of weird. And they had like 3 California schools and 1 in Oregon, and I chose Oregon. I think what they're doing is the same thing they always do, is try to make it look like I'm going after people if I make a certain decision, or each decision has some kind of planned frame job. Okay, I moved to Oregon, Kelly Hatch follows me up to Oregon, stalking me. I'm supposedly stalking Kelly Hatch, she's working with the police. Also, I'm hunting down Bucky, because that's where Bucky kind of disappeared off to. Brian Smith.
There would have been another story if you would have stayed.
Correct. It would just change to cater towards their agenda. Neat 2, Bottom Smith, which he doesn't even look like a realistic name the way it's spelled in the dash.
Yeah.
Seems to be hinting about Brian Smith as if I did something to Brian Smith. Do you understand? And Brian Smith, or the judicial system, wants revenge on Kevin Perlman for what he supposedly did to Brian Smith, even though nothing's ever directly said. It's all hinted.
Right. And
it's trying to make you look like a schizo.
Right, and you did nothing to.
Okay, so do you see any thoughts about that, or?
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
I think there's also some kind of hints that I supposedly pushed Brian Smith off the roof or something of my father's house or something.
And then does this go with this one? Why do you think they had a Me Too Bottom Smith look-alike show up at the Marriott?
Okay, so this is very important. So we should spend probably our last few minutes on this. Okay, in our last video we have a look-alike. Now I talked to Brittany about all these look-alikes they have following me around at Starbucks. They had a Dana Perino look-alike, they had a Tia Cyrus look-alike.
That guy in the parking lot?
Mike Wexler out here working on these undercover police jobs trying to make me look crazy.
Right.
Brittany has now witnessed firsthand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
At the Marriott last week, I didn't even notice until I watched the video. They had a Judge Nitu Bottom Smith look-alike show up, kind of give a iffy look to Brittany. It's on the video, screen captured. We also had my neighbor who joins the wall with me show up too, showing that there's a huge amount of shit going on. And we had questions from the door guy before that asking me what I'm doing. He said, why are you, he said, what are you filming or whatever? I said, I'm interviewing someone, they're not here yet. He got on the defensive, right? Shit, Kevin's talking, Kevin's blabbing, Kevin's singing, Kevin's whistling like a bird. You're a snitch, you're dead. They all come rushing in, the lookalikes come down, the clothing, groups of clothing colors.
Your neighbor? My
neighbor, the lookalike. Okay, now we were planning to go, this is the most important part, we were planning to go to Van Nuys Courthouse. We're going to split that up and go to Van Nuys Courthouse. Now Brittany, why do you think we have a Judge Nitu Bottom Smith from Van Nuys Courthouse look-alike hovering over us? What do you think was the motive there?
To trip us out.
I think what they're trying to portray in the frame job.
Yeah.
We're at the Marriott talking, and my judge is there. Theoretically, it's not really my judge, but
freaked me out.
But people aren't going to think that if they're seeing lookalikes. All of a sudden, Brittany and Kevin run down to Van Nuys Courthouse. Well, why did Brittany and Kevin run down to Van Nuys Courthouse? Even though we didn't.
Right.
Subliminally, I said, let's not do it yet, right now. Why, Brittany, we see my judge, and then we run down to the courthouse. Oh shit, they're chasing his judge. They're stalking his judge. They're going after the judge. Kevin has no self-control. Kevin and Brittany are like Bonnie and Clyde. They're going to kill the judge. Kevin's like the assassin in Wizards. Right. Do you understand the frame job?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So if we would have went down to the courthouse, they would have worked this new gossip angle, defamation angle, that Kevin and Brittany are stalking the judge. Now we had a girl call us guys, hinting about the Rody Morales, calling me guy over and over, and using the last name Morales. I have no morals.
Morales. Yeah.
Okay. You get it?
I do.
Okay, so supposedly I've stalked a Tia Cyrus, which is a lookalike, which followed me to Starbucks, Dana Perino and Fox News, you name it, right?
Right.
Okay.
And now you're stalking your judge.
Now they're trying to make it look like I'm stalking my judge. Why? Because they know we're going to go down to the courthouse next to report the crime to the police. And the police are going to say, we're not going to help you, you're stalking the fucking judge.
Right. Jesus. It's all sabotage. All of it.
None of this could really be proven, but...
But when you lay it out like that...
But that's how they're working the defaming. Okay, look at the cars and twos here by Starbucks and this and that. Okay, when I came to your office, 2 Jeeps together, right? 2 Jeeps.
Yep.
Okay, so when I came to your office, everything was normal. An hour and a half ago or whatever. Okay, so, I don't know, is there anything...
Well, this next question, you mentioned revenge. Was there anything behind this? Don Jackson of Police Abuse also was working with me with that.
Okay, so like we were talking about Mike Huntley last week at the Marriott, and I'm not saying in a mean way or anything, but you said, like, is Mike trying to get revenge on you or something? And I said, no, Mike's trying to cover up a paid-off hit, basically, to put me in the ground, because he doesn't want the truth coming out.
Correct.
But I was curious, first of all, if Mike's getting revenge on me, that means that I did something to Mike. And I'm not saying you're accusing me of anything, I'm trying to figure out, you asked it, so it just...
Yeah, I think probably why I said that was, because you had put, like, the truth about him on your page, right? Like, in the People's or whatever?
Yeah. And
then after that, then he comes out with that Kevin's this crazy person trying to, like, get you back for telling the truth.
Okay, but that even though I know you don't mean it this way, that statement implies that I'm lying about Mike.
Oh, no, you're telling the truth. That's why he's pissed off, because he's
correct, so it can't be revenge if I'm telling the truth.
Right, I guess I didn't know the actual definition of revenge. But he's trying to, discredit you so that the truth about him isn't revealed.
Yeah, now the reason I brought up Don Jackson at policeabuse.com is because not only was he like a money-grubbing swindler, he did serve a purpose, but he was a complete douchebag. And there were points he'd get like mad at me, like I don't want to help you, but I don't have time for like your revenge type of thing, statements like this and that, right?
Okay.
But there was never any specifics like everything else.
Right. No, I just...
Yeah, he says something to that extent.
Jesus. I guess I used the wrong word.
Yeah. I just want to make sure, because I know that they're trying to shade things that way. Like I had a security guard like last week. Like, you can't... She wouldn't... Once again, can't be specific. There's things you just can't do. I said, I think she was maybe referring to my website or this or that. I was like...
Well, I can't.
I said, yeah, I fucking can. I said, people are fucking... There's a worldwide group stalking me, trying to put me on the ground. I fucking can't.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
I deserve the right to have my side of the story.
Absolutely. Do you mind driving around back again?
Sure.
Thank you. Park Ranger. Do you see that in front of us?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a cop person.
Was that the last question?
No.
That was okay, we can.
An asked question about relaxing, chilling at the beach, but they don't want me relaxing. And I'm not going to read that next
Oh,
paragraph.
yeah, okay, this is really quick. Okay, it's not really directed meanly towards you or anything. Like, I was at the beach last week. I think I was texting you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you said, what are you doing? I said, fuck, I can't work because I forgot my power cord. There's a plethora of jokes on Twitter like, shit puppet, bitch, meat ass, like trying to look like a Tourette's or something, like just jokes, like dramatizing a stupid situation, whatever. I couldn't work, and you said, so what are you doing, or something, like just relaxing or something, and like you said something very, I'm not trying to be mean, like very analytical, like, you know, are you able to relax, or do you like to relax?
Oh, probably. I hope you're able to like relax or chill.
No, you were asking me like if.
Oh, if you've
like,
been able to enjoy it or something?
Like, if that's something I'm able to do or something. And I just wanted to clarify for everyone, not really for you, is that that's when my family really got mad at me, was when I did, like, downtime.
That's so
okay, like, whatever. After going to the gym and going to my office, maybe I go to a coffee shop or maybe even a strip club and just chill.
Right.
Just relax.
It's necessary.
Just stop working and going high
Take a
speed.
break.
And everyone's mad at me to the point where I get death threats. Like if I go take a walk and sit on the park bench, no relaxing for you nigger in subtweets and things like this.
Disgusting.
And so the reason it struck maybe rose a flag is that, of course, I don't want to be working 24/7. But the point is that that's their motive, is to try to get me to go crazy and never stop.
Right. No, I was genuinely like hoping that like you were able to enjoy your time, because you need that like downtime where like you're not dealing with like the crazy fucking attacks and stuff. No, I was genuinely hoping
in that situation what I wanted to accomplish, but no. And that's the thing. I love going to coffee shops, and they got mad. Reading a book and resting my feet up on a chair. Oh, well, you rested your feet up on a chair, so now we have to kill you at every coffee shop worldwide.
No,
how dare you? What, you're not going to let me just relax and read a book?
No, it's necessary.
Yeah, but that incident was more like, or that situation was more like, I need to get a whole bunch of shit done, and I'm sick of being cooped up. So I wanted to get out in fresh air and do the research I needed to do, and then it's like, shit, my power cord's going at home. So
I know, I felt bad about that.
No, I mean, I was like, there's no reason to feel bad or anything, but I sort of looked at the question, because I have these people with these crazy accusations. Everything's a fucking accusation. It's like, Kevin's a robot and he doesn't stop and he's going to kill himself and he needs to be watched and he needs to be monitored. And then you go out and you try to chill out and it's like Kevin's committing a crime because he's chilling out.
No, that's
right. It's
like everyone needs that. That chill out time. To take, like, it's called self-care. So I was like happy that you were out in the fresh air and stuff like that. And hoping you could enjoy it. Even though
so the first thought that went through my mind isn't like usual me. It's what they're trying to accomplish by not letting me relax and changing my thought process. Right? They want to change my thought process in this skit. So, by the way, the guy behind us just saw me is parking backwards.
Really? Oh shit!
Oh
my god. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, we got done more than I thought we would. So that's good. Okay. So to sum it all up, it's Brittany 236. Sum it all up. We went to the post office. We have sent the letter to the Bar Association. It's coming from 2 different parties. Multiple letters from different people, not just Kevin Perlman, what Kevin Perlman's seen. If they say it's not investigatable, or you're going to know right instantly.
It's ludicrous.
It's a conspiracy, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no way to deny that.
Okay, listen, this guy looked at me right now.
Like,
this guy, he looked at me, gave me a mean look, and honked his horn twice. And I can be like, right? So, let's see. Right?
Oh my god.
Okay, so is that deniable? No. Okay, he's on video. And you know what, the only thing anyone would say, right now, you just witnessed it, the only thing anyone would say right now is Kevin provoked that guy.
Right, even though that happened first. And you were
correct. Okay, I called it out. He pulled his car backwards. He got out. You can't see on camera here. He gave me a mean look on the stairs.
Then
he just honked one. I do it back in front of Brittany. He does it one more time.
That's
Okay. There's no if, then, but, or anything. That's something.
No, he definitely did that.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways,
That's crazy. Wow.
Okay. So the only thing I would probably be in a courtroom for that, saying you're a public nuisance and look what you're doing to these people.
For honking your own.
Now, by the way, we're in Thousand Oaks. I don't know who that fucker is.
I don't either.
Or you see these. Let's just say there's about 50 cars backwards right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of these people. Why are they doing it? Okay, so anyway,
exactly.
You get the idea.
That's crazy that I just witnessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He literally.
Yeah, and he replied with a.
Exactly. That's what I'm.
It's not a coincidence. It can't be.
No, he did
okay,
that
well,
intentionally.
Brittany, you're not credible, and we're debunking you because you saw that.
Right. It's so ridiculous. I'm glad we did that today, though.
Yeah, it was good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was nice driving around.
Yeah, you like fresh air, right?
It's great. I love it. So
and you got to see, by the way, didn't see you have, I've killed 100,000 people earlier because my front wheels broke loose a little.
Oh, that makes sense.
I've killed 100,000 ants. Okay.
I probably
punishable
killed
by
much
torture.
more. Right, exactly.